boom. Get up, get on up, get up.
I'm in this thing.
Check, 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 check. Now I can hear myself.
1, 2,
you guys hear yourself?
3,
Can
4.
you?
Phone. I don't know what she doing. She gotta watch her tone. Speaking of tone, Tony to the left. Let me take a breath. Sip some water.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right.
Are we live, Barry?
Y'all some clowns.
I don't see us. Oh, shit.
Can you repeat that? We were fucking around.
We were fucking around.
Oh, no, we're live.
Hey, welcome to the Gray Matter Podcast, where it's not always. Wait, what did we say?
Not always black.
It's not always black.
Not always
not
white.
Always white.
And there's definitely always some gray. There we go.
There we go.
Got it together.
Welcome
In
back.
the place to be seen, and we got what it takes to rock the mic, right?
Why do you always find a song after we've
After
already
the fact,
started?
we're like, hey, we need a song.
Yeah.
What shall we sing today?
Welcome back. It's the Gray Matter Podcast. I'm Tony Davis.
I'm Jazz.
I'm Wayne. Hashtag I'm always late on the songs. Hashtag always late on the songs.
I was about to say,
I'm always late.
Are you telling us something? I'm confused. Anyways, thank you guys. 38th episode. We're back this week. And it is the first week in February, which marks Black History Month.
Did you say February?
Whoop.
February.
Like my grandma.
I don't know how to spell it.
February.
Really?
I have to say February to remember. Otherwise, I can't spell it.
That's okay.
I just learned how to spell February in my adult life, I think.
Ooh.
I
was about to say, that's what I do to Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
But, I'm not going to say I just learned how to spell it, though. But you're still young. You can say that's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Your adult life.
2 years ago. Yeah, so guys, make sure you still are following us on all our social media.
All of them.
If you need the information, hey, it's on the bottom of the screen if you're watching us on YouTube, or just go over to our website, thegraymatterpodcast.com. It was made for you guys, so everything is in one area, including emails. So yeah, you can shoot us over questions, topics. We got some good topics from some listeners and some good questions from some listeners for today. So let's go ahead and get into this 60 seconds of crack.
Yeah.
First things first, I'm the realest. I don't know where that came from.
Wow. Let me say you something. So you give, as we said before, Tony, once you give someone an inch,
they take a mile.
Oh my.
I thought I was random.
I mean, yeah.
I'm the realest. Like, is that supposed to be subliminal message?
It's a song.
Oh, okay.
I think it's because she's looking relatively snazzy.
She is looking very.
That's what that is.
Jazz is looking jazzy.
I told y'all I wasn't gonna come on here looking like ugh.
Told y'all niggas.
So I had to throw a little something on my face.
Can you describe what ugh is?
Like
how
what I've been looking, like dead in the face. My hair is standing all over the place.
Well, no, that's a good thing. Like Pusha T's ad-lib. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're trying.
We are.
So, Black History Month.
Yeah.
Before we get into the goodness of Black History Month, we must first have honorable mention for Stacey Dash and her mentions on social media because they are hilarious. Like, people are going crazy. Like, saying yesterday, they're like, it's February 1st, bitch. Happy Black History Month.
And like tagging her page and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It was hilarious. I think those are always funny.
Y'all gonna leave my baby alone. She's only my baby when she don't talk.
I was about to say, you could go on over there with her too. Because we switched her out for Gary, the white comedian.
Oh, Gary Owen.
Yeah, Gary Owen. He's hilarious.
I saw him in stand-up once. He's funny.
Yeah, he put up a picture with his dog. He was like, in celebration of my first Black History Month, where I was traded for Stacey Dash. I have no idea what the dog has to do with anything, but happy Black History.
Right.
But it was hilarious. So yeah, shout out to that because she deserved it. And I don't know if you guys saw it. We'll watch it afterwards. But I just thought about they did like the children. There was like a video of children reacting to her saying to get rid of.
Oh my God. I would have loved to have seen that.
And the children were like, what? She's crazy. So,
Mama, who is this lady?
So to the good part of it, they are teaching Black History Month even in pre-K, and they started like last week because Keyshawn has been talking about Martin Luther King Jr. for the past week. Like, that's Martin Luther King Jr. and he did this and he did that. And I'm like, well, Keyshawn, how do you know these things? And
Listen.
He's like, because it's Martin Luther King. And I was like, okay.
Funny story about that. So Madison corners me.
Who's Madison?
Madison is my daughter.
Maddie, as
my
we refer to
6-year-old
her.
daughter. She corners me one morning before school last week and goes, Daddy, do you know who Harriet Tubman is? And I looked and I was like, yeah. And she goes, so you know about the railroad. Like I was like, oh,
Did she
okay.
ask you to take her to the railroad?
No, she didn't. She was
Okay,
like,
good.
but what
She is not a conductor at MARTA.
But what she did say was, so you know it was underground.
All tunnels.
Oh, it was, and you know, she was the leader of that.
She did that before Elon Musk.
I said, well, baby, that's excellent that you know that. She was like, I do. I do know it.
Wait, so she had to make sure that you knew that it was not.
Yes,
under
it
the
was like a
ground?
check. Like, who gonna check me? Let me put my daddy on real quick.
Hey, listen.
You know who
listen,
Harriet
listen,
Tubman is,
Pops.
right?
If you can't push that MARTA train all the way underground, we gotta have to call Harriet Tubman. I just let you know.
Wasn't that like Portia from the Real Housewives last year? She was like,
Yo.
but where is the train though?
Right, but where is
Like
the railroad?
where is
though?
the railroad? Like
In your granddaddy?
what?
Hosea Williams? like,
Stop talking.
They didn't
right,
teach you
exactly. Like, you
Just
rather
sit there
shut
and
the
be
fuck up.
pretty.
just sit there and be pretty.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a cool
definitely.
job to have.
But speaking of, notable people in our Black history, we thought we would just share a little bit with you guys today, in good culture, good festive culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Culture.
Yeah. So these two gentlemen by the name of Frederick Patterson and Charles Richard Patterson were the first African-American car manufacturers.
Really?
Really.
What did they produce?
They produced, first let's back up. They started a business where they created carriages. They manufactured carriages. As we all know, before cars, horse and carriages were really big. They were the big thing about transporting commerce. So they had established a rapport in this business for so long that the white business owner that owned the company, they bought him out. And then they started to get with developers on how to construct something that was more efficient for carriages. And they happened upon their model or their first rendition of an automobile,
Oh.
which actually later was in competition with the Ford Model T.
Wow.
So it actually
They
came
don't
out
ever wanna
before.
mention this, though.
Right. It actually came out before the Model T did. And for those of you who guys don't know, the Model T is the first mass manufactured automobile.
Say that 10 times fast.
I know, right? So yeah. So there you have it. Fun fact for Black history.
Yes, you'll be getting 4 of those because you'll get one every week.
Okay.
Black people make cars too.
Yes.
Hey, man.
So before we are done with 60 seconds of crack, it would only be right to mention the self-proclaimed rock star of life or whatever he calls himself.
I think he's not a rock star of music. He's like yes.
I don't
he makes albums for life.
Yes, albums for life.
Albums for life.
That guy, him.
Right.
Mr. West, paging Mr. West himself.
Mr. West.
Yes.
Broke 5 broke. We ain't got it.
So, unless you've been living under a rock since last week,
And you can't hide from it. You
we
can't
all
hide from
know that we've been patiently waiting for Swish. Kanye's kind of brought back Good Music Fridays.
Oh yeah.
To gear us up for that. And so last week, he announces that he changed the name of his album from Swish to Waves. And
Hi haters.
Somebody expressed to me what that means, but keep going.
I have high haters or waves?
Waves.
So that's what I was going to say.
Right.
So apparently,
I was trying to give him a leg up.
wave
at the haters.
music or the wave culture
Yeah.
is a thing.
Wavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being wavy is
Yeah.
a thing. And so when Kanye announced that he was changing his album to Wave, Wiz Khalifa expressed his thoughts because I guess he's a part of or a fan of the wavy community. I have no idea what this is. So they exchanged some words. Well, okay, what happened was...
Yeah, let's be a little bit clearer on that.
What happened was Wiz Khalifa was kind of having like his own little rant, like, no, don't take the wave, like, don't name it the wave. And then at the end, he was like, he never added Kanye, but at the end, he was like, man, I'm about to just smoke this KK or smoke this KK and be done with it.
Right.
So then Kanye sees that he said smoke some KK.
Right.
And Kanye ensues on a rant, 20 tweets long.
Was it? I thought it was a little bit more than that.
I just
He
remember
was going in,
numbering.
like-
He started numbering.
It looked
from
like half of the
17 to
48
20.
rules of law.
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, okay.
He
All right. He
he was
reciting
going
quotes.
in and he was like, "Don't you ever refer to me as such. I am your superior. You have trash music." Blah 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 blah. And then he decides.
Wait, Wait.
Yes, he did. He said you should never mention mine or my wife's name in your life.
In your life.
I created this lane for you to be able to make your trash music.
He did not say that.
Yes, he did.
He
He
did say
told
that.
him.
He did say that.
He was like, you barely got hits. Like he went in on Wiz Khalifa.
Maybe he was smoking the KK and not his wife.
Listen.
Yeah. So
Kanye, sidebar, Kanye is the only man that I know who can go on social media on a fucking 30-minute rant on Twitter and compliment the person that he's actually insulting at the same time. Because one of the tweets went like, I was just telling my team, I like Wiz pants.
Right.
Hashtag, Wiz Khalifa got cool pants. This was in his tweet.
yeah.
Mid-tweet, I was like, yo,
But he was
yay.
trying to diss him and say like he wears real skinny pants, like real tight clothes, right?
Right. And then he was like, but I like your style, but it's light. You know what I mean? Your style is light anyway.
Yeah.
Like, bro, which one is it? You like it or you don't
That's
like
some
it?
weird shit.
And are you insulting him or are you giving him
We're gonna have to have a conversation face to face or some shit.
Right.
So then when Wiz
Right,
wasn't
like, just hold
responding,
up.
when Wiz wasn't responding, he goes, and you should be happy that I gave your wife up or gave up Amber, because if not, you would have never had your kid. So then Amber, Mother Rosebud, as her, or Mother Rose, as her followers call her, came on in and was like, Kanye's just mad because I'm not there anymore to stick my fingers in his ass.
Hashtag, you just got bodied by a stripper, bitch.
Yeah. Because he was like, she's nothing but, or he said that Wiz got trapped by a stripper.
So did he. Wasn't one of his albums dedicated to her after they
Dark
broke up?
Twisted Fantasy?
Okay.
A lot of it was about her.
Okay. I thought it was 808's Heartbreak. I don't know, but
Oh,
you're the music guy.
No. Nah, it wasn't. That wasn't quite yet.
Does it matter?
Nope.
Like, you was
Nope.
okay.
he was just being Ye.
Do we pass that off as saying, "Oh, Ye's just being Ye"? Like, maybe I'm just not. It's just not my brand of entertainment.
It's not entertaining, but I've come to the realization that it's kind of like George Bush Jr. Hey, whatever, George, you were doing some crazy shit. You were avenging your father, and that's fine.
Listen, I'm not gonna talk. We're putting Kanye and G-Dub in the same.
I'm just saying, he doesn't.
He said, hey,
Hey.
don't say it. Hey, don't get me knocked off.
Don't Michael Myers me.
Really, Jazz?
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay? You okay? Look, they already got it, dog. They just came through the air.
Right.
Got her ass
On
knocked
some
off.
fucking Monument Man shit. Lock her in.
Jazz spaced out.
I literally just like spaced out for like
We're
2
doing
seconds.
this really late, guys.
Yeah, it is. Clearly, you're on that KK.
Clearly.
Oh, by the way, and KK stood for Khalifa Kush. So
I was about to say, so at the end of the
Right.
day, Kanye Wiz was like, yo, I was talking about weed, not your
like,
wife.
bro, he probably hit him with the bro.
Right.
Bro, I was talking about smoking this dude.
What the fuck does he care anyway?
So then,
He should be happy that I gave up Kim Kardashian, or else he wouldn't have his fucking kids. Boom.
Wait, but
so then back to reality.
did you conspire with Ray J? Right. Were you
Did you hit it first or was it him?
Right.
Which one?
So who hit it
Let us
first?
know.
Man, if I hit that, bro, I wouldn't stop talking about it.
Ever.
I say that until we blow up, and then I start hitting.
You
famous.
can bring that up in any general conversation.
Yeah.
Nigga could be at church
The
talking
church-
about
hey,
hymns.
hey, you know I slept with Kim Kardashian, right?
Hymns. Yeah, I removed her hymn.
You know, I
know.
did. No, too hoary.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Women don't have freaking fantasies like that.
I don't know.
You was just talking about somebody.
I just said that he
pre-production.
was fine. I didn't say I wanted to have sex with him and talk about it everywhere I go.
Wait a second. So if you say someone is fine, that's it? That's all you're insinuating is that they're fine?
And we're speaking about Calvin
Yeah.
Johnson, who
I don't look at somebody and say, ooh, I want to jump its bones. Like, no, that's not me.
But it's like a law of attraction. I mean, if you physically find somebody attractive.
That is not a law of attraction. We definitely talked about that on the show before, that just because you find somebody attractive does not mean that you find them sexually attractive.
We never talked about that shit.
Well, I've talked about this with somebody, but
The
maybe
same
it wasn't
person you were spacing
y'all.
out on that.
No, I think I was talking about that with Cecil. But anyways, so yeah, now
Shout out Cecil G.
fast forward, and today Kim and Amber posted a picture together.
Yeah.
You know what? I just stepped out of that frame right before they took that.
Yeah, so like
Right.
maybe at the end of after Amber came and said what she said, she was like, "Oh, now you want to hide, whatever." Maybe 2 days later, he responded was like, "Me and my wife got the kind of love that turned exes into best friends."
Yeah.
And then now they put the pictures up. And Amber put up something. She started following
Can
Kim,
we
and
stop?
so this is all a ploy
Let's
for
just
this
stop right
damn
now.
album
And
that's
then,
coming
like,
out.
Wiz has been doing press for his album that's coming out, I think, on Friday.
I think it's the week after Kanye.
Yeah.
This is why I need you guys. This is why I need you. I'm being sincere when I say this. This is some bitch shit that I'm just not into.
You mean like the whole spiel?
Yeah,
and-
we're not gonna even. If I really got a problem with you, we're gonna sit down and talk about it. If we
Yeah.
can't sit down and talk about it, we're gonna go out in the back alley,
Mhm.
may the best person win,
Square off.
and then we're gonna head back and we're gonna finish our beer.
Right.
That's it.
Hey.
We're not gonna have this so everybody can.
Or you,
It's all for ratings. Everybody's
could be
gonna
like-
watch the Kardashians
You
now
know the
because
scene
they
in
want to
Color
know
Purple?
if Amber's gonna be on there. They want to know if Amber and Chloe gonna box. They want to know like all the stupid stuff.
I'm loving Drake's line.
what's that?
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Oh yeah, man.
Not entertaining to me.
Yeah, that's what I read an article about that too. They were like, this takes away from like journalism.
Oh,
or,
was
like,
it Nicole?
Yeah, it was
Didn't
Nicole Bitches. She was.
yeah.
It was like basically saying like this publicity stunt that y'all are pulling like takes away from my job. Like I'm supposed to be here, you know, to report this stuff, but then at the same time, it's like I'm giving my readers like crap.
Yeah.
Which is why she pulled out of the entertainment blogging. Like
Oh,
now
wow.
she does, you know, more like self-help,
Really?
women
Yeah,
empowerment.
Nicole Beachy.
Love the new site, but like she pulled out of entertainment blogging because of things like that.
Shout out Nicole Beachy, by the way.
Yes, xonicole.com.
I'm just gonna go back on Instagram and look at plus size models. That's more entertaining.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the saga of Kanye West and the Kardashian family. Oh, and shout out again to Black Rob or Black China
Black
and
too.
Rob Kardashian.
Whoa, right.
Well, it's hashtag Black Rob because of
Right.
Rob and
I know.
Kardashian.
Yo, I don't know. How do you think that meeting went down? Hey, you want to go get some pizza? You down for
Why
pizza?
is it always pizza?
I don't know.
It's always pizza with him.
Because pizza's good.
What about a burger?
No, everybody doesn't eat burgers.
I love burgers.
No,
Anyway,
Pizza's more of like a sharing food.
you know what we're not doing on this show?
What's that?
We're not doing enough dumb shit. Like enough. It just seems silly.
that's not us.
Well, we could flip the table over, and
That's
you
not
could-
gonna be enough.
And you
Shake
could flash the
table.
camera.
That's not. No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I would have to do that.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, so, you know,
We
who
don't.
knows?
We don't have enough infighting.
You don't think pizza is a sharing food?
The raciest we get is me saying, "Yeah, I run his wife's arms," or Jazz do one of these numbers. That's
Right.
it.
Well, I'm
You
not. I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna shimmy.
No, I'm not gonna do something I wouldn't do in my normal life. Just for
No,
people.
I mean, but come on now, old girl is dating.
I'm not about that
Is
life.
dating Rob Kardashian.
That's that Hollywood.
You think
life.
that's real?
No,
You don't think that's real?
no.
It could be. It might not be.
I mean,
don't
it probably.
care.
I'm not saying that they won't fuck. I'm just saying it's reality show drama. Like I got 5 people in a room. I'm gonna make them all hang out, even though they wouldn't even be talking to each other in
Right.
normal daylight.
Like your real life needs
Yeah.
a press kit.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I'm like, that's why we need to be more eccentric. We need to go out and just maybe you should just feel people's feet or something. I don't know.
Or you should just go to thegraymatterpodcast.com.
And with that, we are done with 60 seconds.
Yep.
I was like, where are y'all going? I'm ping ponging right now.
It's just random dumb shit.
Yeah.
We're trying to
Don't
do
do that
things.
because then I get lost, and if I get lost, it's gonna take a long time for me to come back.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Because I was like, wait a minute, where are they?
You're definitely the tourist who falls out of line of the group, and then you end up asking random people who don't speak English. Wait, do you know where this is?
Can you point me to the bathroom?
Loud. No.
Thinking talking louder is gonna make them understand me.
Je ne comprends pas. No. No. No.
Why does he? You're the only person that know the results of African.
That was French. That was French
With an African dialect.
Horrible. He has the worst accent.
I don't have
It
the
sounds
worst
great.
accent.
You do. You have the worst
It's fine.
accents.
Okay.
Mind your business.
So
Mind your business.
speaking of talking yourself into something. What about talking yourself out of something?
As we did on the street interview, Tony Davis, I think, just did that. I was actually kind of all right. I met a young lady.
We'll call
Attractive
her
young,
a potential.
yeah.
There's
I
a
met a
story.
potential.
Of a lovely lady.
And I just told her about my life, man. I told her like, I got 5 kids.
Yeah.
I've been married a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I've been engaged.
Yeah.
I got a retired baby moms.
Yeah.
Or that dynamic, and then
Yeah.
I have a brother in prison.
Yeah.
That's not gonna get it.
Did you say it in that order?
He was like,
Came out within 10 minutes of each other.
What do y'all think? Do you think it should be a buffer before you explain that information?
I think you have to massage it in. Like, you can't just be like,
Well, she asked.
because in a woman's mind, you're like, 5 kids, brothers here, da-da-da. You can't be like, 5 prison, what? Like, that's what goes into a woman's head. Like, 5 prison, what? Like,
What do I
like it's
say?
all the red flags.
Now
and
I
it's
sound-
what-
After a certain point, you was like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
She asked me that a couple
what?
times. But I'm like, what
Wait.
do I say? Like, if you say, hey, do you have children? I say, yes, these are my children. This is their ages. This is my life. This is how it went down. I'm not going to lie about it because that's corny.
Because then what happens is she starts saying shit like, "You've been married 5 times and you got 6 brothers in prison." like,
What?
Like, no. That's not what I said.
That's not what I said.
And
See,
then
what
you
I
re-explain
said
it, and it doesn't get any better.
I did. I had it was about 3 years ago. One of my female friends, we never hooked up or anything. She was just like, but she found me attractive when we first met.
Yeah.
And she said, had you not told me all this stuff, I'd have been hooked on you for 2 months. You could do me dirty and I've still been hooked up.
Damn, that's fucked up.
It really was. I took it as a compliment at the time. I was like, man, maybe I should just start lying to these.
Like, oh
That's
yeah, I
sad.
should probably.
That means I shouldn't tell the truth. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's just sad that a woman would be like, man, I would let you do me dirty.
Well, I
Come
mean,
on,
she was being.
don't hate now.
Yeah,
See?
she was being sarcastic, of course.
Yeah.
But
No, she wouldn't.
And if she wasn't, so what?
That's just sad.
Why is that sad?
Because it's more than just her out there like that.
Out there, like, okay, see, now we got to back up. Out there, like what
Willing
specifically?
to take whatever just because of
That's not what she said. She didn't say
because I don't think she just meant it as physically.
She
Okay.
meant like I'm so into him.
Hell, man, you started a business with me almost. Just we're doing a podcast because
You're not a bad person.
right. I
But
think that's what she was saying.
From what you just said, the way you said it was that she was like, had you not told me all that, I would have just been like, okay. 'Cause
Tony, I
just
like to tell you
basically-
right now, you're not a bad
You're
person.
not a bad. Now, when somebody has to tell you you're not a bad person, you're a bad person.
No, just because
No,
like
you're
of
not.
an attraction.
You're
the
like
way,
a piece of
the way
shit.
that I took it.
A literal pebble of shit.
The
Coming
way
out of
that I
somebody's
took
ass.
it was just based off of like an attraction, not
Oh.
like, you know what
Well,
I mean?
No, I think that she was just speaking to the character of Tony, like the persona that he owns.
I didn't get all
the
that.
person that he is. Like you could be so consumed with his persona that you basically fall in love with him.
The train of words was, yeah, because she was attracted to me when we first met. And she said,
True.
da, da, da,
True,
da,
I
da.
did
So
say that.
attraction and this.
Well,
That's
I
what
meant-
I
I
put
meant-
together.
But he
After-
never
talking.
specified.
But that is what I put together.
All right, so let's get back. Wait, let's get back to this. We talking about
we
stuff.
digress.
Oh yeah, so how do you think that you like how did she get off the phone? She just like,
I got off the phone because we had to come in.
Yeah.
But because
Well,
that
Debbie-
was it awkward silence?
Little Debbie.
she paused for a second. I was
Right.
like, Oh.
I mean,
She was about to say, damn it, I knew he was too good to be true.
what do you say? All right, so
But it's not.
from a woman's point of view, what do you say?
I don't think it's
I want to hear this.
If you meet Barry, oh my gosh, fucking he looks good, da 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 da, and then you come out and be like, yeah, I did a bid. Like, what do you?
No. But you didn't do the bid. You just have someone
Close
that
to
is
me,
doing that. I wouldn't take that against you.
But if you were to hear the story,
but what would you take against
But-
him?
yeah,
See,
what
here
would
it
you?
comes,
Yeah.
see?
I wouldn't necessarily automatically count you out for having 5 kids. I would just have to like see what I want to do with that. You know what I mean?
So you think I should have omitted that? Do you have kids? I sure do. Period.
Yeah, just say you do. And then if she asks,
She asked.
I'm saying like, and then
Wait,
she'd be
wait,
like,
did she-
well, how many? Like, you know what I
She
mean?
didn't ask that.
So
She
you just
said,
like, do you have kids? Yeah.
But
Just say that.
Tony's a proud dad. You know what I mean? It's hard for you to be like, oh yeah, I got kids, and just brush over. You know
But
what
I mean, like
I'd
you don't
rather-
even at this point, you don't even know how serious you are about the person.
Nah, it's just an introduction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could take it either way. Like I told her 5, and she was like, "Whoa," or you could have been like,
Black Rob.
right.
Whoa,
Or you could have just been like, "Yeah, I got kids," and if she didn't ask, just leave it at that until you see, where this is going. You know what I'm saying?
So I should just, if
I
I'm gonna
just
do
think-
that, I need to massage it all the way.
Yes. I
That
just
means-
think too much information too soon is not
See
good.
his face. All right, so okay, go ahead.
Because it's not like you're lying. You're just not giving the deep tissue massage.
fucking face.
It's
Yo.
not lying. He
Yo,
said he has
listen.
kids.
No, I feel you. But trust and believe, if we were talking about other circumstances, like say
Like?
for instance, I don't know, you being intimate with somebody else or having a certain situation with another
Boom.
female at the same time that I'm trying to speak with you.
Why don't I just omit everything?
That's not omitting. You still answered the question. You just gave her more than what she
Man,
asked
you do
for.
not want to play that game with Tone.
Now I'm just saying
Listen.
that's what you have to do sometimes.
I'll never go to prison by testifying on the stand. You know why?
I agree with you,
'Cause
Jazz.
I'm very careful at what I say.
Exactly.
I agree with you, Jazz, but tread lightly, my friend. Tread very lightly. Like
Tread-
it's just
tread so lightly. I'm with Jesus. I walk on water.
right. Like, listen, like I completely understand what Jazz is saying, but for some reason, it just doesn't play out like that in my head.
Me
Like,
neither.
it
That's why I was asking.
Because I feel like you're going to get to a certain point where like admission is gonna be, and
So-
then it's gonna be like, oh well, yeah, such and such and such, and they either gonna accept it or they gonna spaz the fuck out like, why the fuck you ain't telling me you had 5 kids?
And that's
Why
the
fuck you
argument,
ain't-
right.
And you be like, whoa, like
So this is the thing.
And if I open up that box, it's like, okay, well now she's going to
Pandora.
I think for some women, or at least for the ones that I've come across, is more so of like how old are they? Like where are they? How old are they in age? And how often am I gonna have to see them?
Well, one's an adult.
So you get what I'm saying?
I'm an
So
adult now.
a
man.
lot of
Fucking
women that I
old.
know, they're like, well, if the kid is older than 5 or if the kid is older than 8, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know women like that. That
God
they're
damn.
okay.
But that's
Or
the-
if
you know
the
what's-
kid lives with the mom full time,
You know
they're
what's
okay
funny?
with that.
You won't see my kids not more than likely. Not unless I feel comfortable. We're going that way.
right.
But as I've progressed in relationships, I'm like, I really don't know if I want you to see. It's been a few special women that's done it, but it's like, nah. Now I'm like, it's just me.
Which
we
is
do better
exhibit
one-on-one.
A. Why I say you just say, yeah, I got kids.
I should be like, yeah, I got kids, but they don't live with me.
There you go.
I see.
So
them.
practice with Jazz. Practice with Jazz. Act like she's a person of interest.
So
Stop
You
fucking
know
laughing.
what? It's like
Right.
because it's
Right.
like it's
Stop
like
fucking laughing.
It's nails on a chalkboard for me to be like, yeah.
Come on,
Because I want
how?
to get it out the.
Come
I want to
on,
get
get
it
it.
out the
Let's
way.
go.
I'm like, yes, I have children. This is how many I have. This is their ages. Boom.
too much too
Because
too
it's
fast.
like, yo, you want to mess with me, you're gonna mess with me.
Just
This
like
is
with
true.
a guy, just like with a guy with a girl. Like if I wouldn't go in and say, like if he asks, when was your last relationship? Say I just broke up with Barry like a year ago. I would just say a year ago. I wouldn't go a year ago and we were together for 7 years. And
Listen.
like I wouldn't pour into all that extra
Omission of information is like sitting at a 5-course meal. The essence of being at a table and sitting
Says
at
the
a
married guy.
wait. The essence of being at a table.
He ain't in his dating game.
Wait, this is gonna come. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. The essence of sitting at a 5-course meal is being able to get your meal bit by bit. If somebody brought all 5 courses out to you and set it on the table, that doesn't look very appetizing.
That's your best analogy ever.
It doesn't look very appetizing. But when you say, "Hey,"
probably the only one that made sense right off the bat.
Let's start with the appetizer. Let's start with the salad. Let's start with this. Let's start with that. And that's what Jazz is speaking to.
Oh, shit.
So that's why I understand it. But the funny part though is the kink, the chink in the armor is when you get to that final course and you be like, "Oh, I don't eat chocolate. What the fuck is this? I'm allergic. I can't eat this shit. You trying to kill me?" And the bitch just spaz out. Like, wait a second. Like, I didn't know it came with the meal. Like,
I'm not saying wait 5 months into whatever it is that you're doing, but that was your first phone conversation, right? Yeah. So
but you never know though.
Conversation.
Maybe this is where I have a problem because you never know what people's time spans are. Because you're saying you don't have to do it 5 months down the line. Some people might get mad because you got it 5 days down the line. Like,
well, then I shouldn't have been talking to you in the first place.
Yeah, but how do you know that?
Why are you upset with me after a whole week? My nigga, I can lose your number today and not feel a way about it at all.
That's true, but this is kind of like if you're gonna
on my Chick-fil-A,
if you're
gonna
be
it's a free sandwich.
If you're gonna be upfront about it, then be upfront about it. That's how I looked at it. I'm like, I don't want you ever to come back and be like, "Oh, this nigga's trying to be fucking, shady on it." Like he was trying to keep it because you're gonna find out if we're cool. But then again, you're right. We may not ever be cool.
People's intentions and what really is 2 totally different things.
True.
So at the end of the day, what you intend to do is perception. What another person thinks they're doing is something else. So like you said, like you go into it with, the only good intentions, saying I want to be upfront as possible so I can lay my shit on the line.
Because now you don't have to worry about anything else.
Exactly.
Like now that we talk, if we talk again, I know that you want to talk.
Right.
If we're talking in 5 months from now, I know that you're down. You're not going to come back and be like, "Well, you never told me this."
Right.
The fuck I didn't.
Yeah.
I told you on day 1, I got 12 kids. They all live with me. I only make $100 a week.
I got 12 kids, 13 baby mamas. Hey, yo, chill the fuck out. I told you off the rip.
Listen, did you say 12 kids and you make $100 a week?
Hey, just so you know.
Because the way that he threw it out there, yes, boom, duh, boom. Like it was all like that. Like I just said, you got an arsenal of children.
Yeah, arsenal of children, and one of my family members used the arsenal to take out somebody else's child.
Right.
Wouldn't that be crazy if like somebody brought you all your 5-course meal at once and was like, "All right, then, whenever you get done, just holler at us."
Hey man, Golden Corral does it?
I was about to say, you get to pick your own.
I hate fucking Golden Corral. I don't understand it anymore. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I used to be like, "Yo, this is fucking cool. You can eat all you want." And then, like, I got older, and I was like, "Why the fuck would you want to eat all you want in one setting? Like, why would you want to do that?"
Right. like this is one of the 7 deadly sins.
right, exactly.
This is the epitome of
I
gluttony.
have to go.
Golden Corral. Right. Golden Corral.
Stop.
It's purgatory. Stop. You be looking around like, "Oh, right over there by the ice cream machine is where Beelzebub hang out at." like Dante's Inferno over there by the chicken. It's all fucked up.
Oh man, so that's bad, and she's attractive too.
Well, I'm sure she is, Tony.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm sure she is.
I've messed with some mud ducks.
All right, so on to the next topic.
I've messed with some mud
let me
ducks.
run that back.
No, but she's. Then I'm gonna ask her to listen to the podcast. I'm like, hey,
just tell her to skip episode number 38. Yes.
So one of our listeners, Miss Love, sent us or tagged us in something over the weekend, and it was a video of the girl from Instagram, was Super.
Yeah, Super something.
Super. She from New Orleans.
New
Love
Orleans.
her accent. And
New
she
Orleans.
put up a video basically talking about overly independent women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And basically in it, she was saying how
I wish we could play it.
Man, I know, right?
yeah, it's 3
We
minutes.
could put it on our Facebook though.
Yeah, we'll put it on Facebook.
Hey Barry, we got to figure out how to play that on. 'Cause this is deep. I think enough women. Speaking of women I've dated, I think enough women that I've dated should hear this.
Yeah. I think all women should hear this.
Are y'all gonna explain what was said?
No, you were gonna do that.
No, you were gonna do this. Sorry, Jay. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We're speaking.
So
Shoot from the hip.
But basically, she was speaking about the women that grew up in single parent households where their mom was the mother and the father, the end all be all. She did everything herself. So that's how they grew up. And so now they're in their adult lives, they're dating, and they meet a man who wants to step in and take that position as a man, take care of the house and all that kind of stuff. But he just wants you to, let's say, come home at a decent hour and not be hanging out in the streets all night. Or
don't look slutty with that outfit.
Change your top because he doesn't feel comfortable with you walking outside like that. And you have a problem with that.
Right. Or you have a problem with him addressing certain things in the household that you gotta live in, even though
But he's trying to progress it.
Right. He's trying to fill that void that you've been missing, but you get in an uproar because, like she said in the video, I've been doing this shit for all these years. You can't come and tell me nothing.
I've had that happen in my relationship.
Yeah.
I've had it happen in a couple of relationships. Notice they did not work.
Yeah.
Well.
And notice how they pointed at me, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm walking. It ain't gonna be my fault.
And the way she presented the video was, it was in these portions where she was giving it each scenario, and it was like a build-up. It made complete sense. Up until the point where she was like, so yeah, you're supposed to do this, right? And she was like, no, you're not supposed to do this. Like, this is not how shit works. Like, you can't have your cake. Well, how does it go? You can't have your cake
and eat it too.
You can't have your cake and
unless
eat
you
it
Trey
too.
Songs.
Exactly. It's
great song.
He makes perfect sense in that song
does.
too. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Anyway, so but she basically breaks it down and says, progressively, women have been in these situations where they have a lack of a male figure in their lives that's been substantial, whether it be a grandfather, a father, somebody who can support them in a certain way. And when you get in a situation where you find a potentially good mate, a good man, you're in an uproar about what you can and can't do or what you feel like you should or shouldn't do. Because,
pushback.
Right. It's pushback.
Yeah, you're giving them.
Because of that
independence. Not being able to submit.
Right. Not being able to submit. Now, that term is very controversial.
It's abrasive.
To some people.
Yes.
To some people, because I feel like traditional people or older people wouldn't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a new era of youth.
I think it's what she's saying in the video because you haven't been exposed to it.
Right.
And I don't think she meant, I mean, if you see the video, she doesn't mean that submit, like the traditional way all of the time. It's just like submit to the greater good of your relationship.
Right. Because if you have a good I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
If you have a good partner, they're going to know when to nurture and when to step back.
Yeah.
They're going to know when to pull back on the reins and, let you kind of rock out. You know what I mean?
You're going to balance off on one. You're going to balance off on one another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's still an understanding like, this is my man and I'm the woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and we talk about this so much on this show about,
women want a winner.
Indeed.
That episode.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were about to name all of them because we have a lot of them.
Oh, no, but that's the one because I remember I said...
Women do want to win.
Women don't lead.
Right.
oh, yeah. Let's
and
bring
y'all
that
was
back
like,
up.
And we had forgot about that.
Back away from the mic.
But the thing about it is that this is something that's age old. Man is hunter, woman is nurturer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't anything, and this isn't biblical, this isn't religion. This is something that is basically imprinted in our DNA for ages. You know what I mean? Outside of common thought and intelligence, you incorporate that in a man and a woman, that's fine. And then they're free to think however they want to think, but you can't get away from things that have been this way for so many years.
Natural
you know what I
order.
mean? Right. And I didn't want to say natural order because people take that to offense. They're like, what natural order are you referring to?
Okay. Well, for me, not necessarily natural order as in male and female, but I mean natural order as in a dominant and a submissive.
There you go.
There's always a dominant person and a submissive person in the relationship. You just have to figure out which way that works. Can't be two dominant people. One has to let the other take the reins because can't be two chiefs and no Indians.
Right.
Yeah. And if you know how to, like I was saying earlier, if you know how to balance balance that. You know what I mean?
Right.
When to be dominant, when
That's
to be submissive. And it's not always the same person.
That's a utopian
like,
relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really is. Because I know if a robber came into this house and kicked in the door, you think Jazz gonna stand up and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna knock you out"?
No.
Like, one of you two motherfuckers get up and handle that.
Jazz is gonna hide in that motherfucking closet.
Hello. Thank you. Nah, I'm
Handle
trying,
it.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get something to crack him over the head. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'll probably use this and take like.
That's
sharp
only.
end
That's
of it.
only if we can't. Yeah, that's only if
listen,
we can't.
MacGyver.
Yeah,
It's not. You're not gonna take apart the table. Okay, that's number one.
I will if I have
She
to.
doesn't
Sure
even
you
know who
will.
MacGyver
Sure you
is.
Me and Barry talk about this all the time because he's like, he's always like, well, if somebody breaks in here, you run because somebody has to live to tell it. Like if something happens, and I'm like, nah, I gotta help you. Like I can't let you go out. Like because
That's
See,
another example.
This is how we make movies like Open Water, right there.
right,
That conversation you never saw. You heard of Open Water?
no.
Okay, for those people, did you ever see it? Oh, okay, go watch. If you like the beach or if you like scuba diving or something, you probably shouldn't watch it. But go watch, go watch Open Water about this couple who go scuba diving and they don't hear the call to go back to the boat, so they're left in the open water.
Right.
They don't make it back.
Well, that was a.
I thought it was gonna be a good ending.
Right.
No, it was. It was a good ending for the sharks.
right. Oh.
Yeah. And I just found out that was a real story because they found the camera. Like, it was a fisherman that, landed a shark and they cut it open and found the camera and they had all the footage. They recorded the shit. Like,
They recorded themselves being attacked by sharks.
well, I don't think they recorded that part.
right. But
Well, I mean, like the whole night.
Yeah, you gotta. Man, it's a creep ass movie, man. You gotta. It's intriguing. Even as I tell you what it is, you still will watch it and you're like, oh, I can't believe it.
I don't like.
I just thought.
scary
I just thought
movies.
it's not scary, Jazz. It's real.
That's
real
what's
life.
probably scary.
Not
That's
real
what's
reality.
because this can
Not
happen.
you have to specify though. It's not real reality, real life. Because real
Yeah,
reality,
it's not like
real
it's not
life-
like you're watching. It's not like Faces of Death or anything like that. Yeah.
Like yeah,
It's a dramatization of what happened.
yeah. Like 400 hours. Is it 400? Not 400 hours. 200 hours with James Franco
Yeah, I heard
on the bike.
127.
127 hours.
Is that it? I didn't see it.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Overly independent women. You guys write us in and let us know what you guys think
Yeah,
about
are
that.
you will you submit or will you dominate?
Yes.
Man, do you want a relationship or don't you?
Or not.
Right.
Yeah, or not. Yeah.
Yeah, man, because I feel like, even like we got, shout out to Charity, who is an avid listener of the show. She actually put us onto the video. And even in the comments in the video, it was a lot of pushback from some people. And I understood their points, but I'm like,
I can't understand anybody arguing what the lady said. And not just because it's not
it
just
makes
like,
perfect
it makes
sense.
perfect sense.
I wouldn't see anybody arguing it unless they are it. Because hit dogs will holler.
they do. Loud.
And so yeah,
That's a good point.
with that,
I feel like shots was just fired.
Don't be mad. Hey, man.
well, I don't know who or what the comments were.
But if you are listening to the show, please comment and listen to more episodes.
more what?
Episodes.
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 Episodes. That's how you sounded.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm joking. Today I was scrolling down my timeline and I saw a girl. She put up a picture of her and her boyfriend, and she's like, "I don't post him a lot because we've been together for so long, and people are always like, well, when are you gonna get a ring, and when are you gonna do this?" So it got me to thinking of like why people try to rush you and your relationship to that next step.
Because they don't have a good one.
Because I ain't got shit better to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that boils down to. I mean, we can get into the intricacies of it if you wanted to, but why? It all boils down to you bored. You need to get a fucking life. Like, for real, man. Like, I hate that. I hate when people, and you know what? It used to just be older people, like
Now
your
it's
grandmother,
your,
your
friends,
auntie, and
your
that made sense,
coworkers,
right? Because they're so
everybody.
used to tradition.
I think people want to live vicariously. I think people want to live that fantasy.
Yeah, they do.
And they're not living it.
Exactly.
So
Not
why
even
don't
close.
Why don't
Not
I live
even
it through
close.
you?
Yeah.
Girl, why he ain't put a ring on it yet? Why the fuck you ain't got no man yet?
Right.
Go watch the video.
Right, exactly.
Overly independent women.
You know what I mean? Like, and again, we're not. Fuck it, I'm not gonna be PC on this shit. Like, the fact of the matter is like
the one time in history.
Stop being like, stop. People need to stop fucking getting in other people's shit, man. Just stop. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
So I can mind my business.
That's what I'm saying. Damn.
Well, how do you feel about that? I think that's coming from a place of experience.
Oh well, yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Why?
It doesn't bother me. I don't feel like, I think like for her, like she was saying, like at a point people were like bamming it in her head so much that she started to feel that way. Like, well, I do need a ring because we've been together for X amount of years.
Peer pressure.
But I never felt that way. I'm just a girl, so I always.
Don't let man see that's hard.
We always planning for like weddings and all that kind of stuff anyway. So we're always ready for that.
Nah, that's Fantasy Island, man.
Drives me nuts, my nigga.
Yeah.
Ooh, wee. Like,
I never really understood, like, I guess his side of it. Like, of people always like looking to him, like, yeah. So, when you're gonna do it,
right?
But like looking from the outside in, I could see how that's annoying because it's almost like they're rushing him to make a decision.
It's a
about
process.
His life.
It's a process. You can't rush people because you want something to be something else, or you are so stuck on what society says. Right. That's another thing that we talk about all the time. Shout out to Tony Davis and the book. It just you can't get caught up in what you think will help you to conform. You know what I mean? Yeah. You just can't do that. You can't. And to the people who are doing that or perpetuating this, it's not fucking cool, man. That shit is like, what are you doing? Live your own life. Why does it matter?
Because it's a real life movie. I can have a real life movie with my friend here, and her boyfriend. If they just get married, and then I go to the wedding, and I could just be like, "Oh, look at them," and I can pretend it was me.
Like, see, I was in these pictures too.
That's me. You know, no,
right?
Yeah,
I was a bridesmaid. Yeah. I picked that dress out.
Never a bride.
Yeah,
you didn't. You wasn't even with me when I picked the dress out.
I didn't invite you because you're crazy.
Right. It's just
you better invite me and give me some of that cake.
Cake.
I don't think dudes do it that much to other dudes either, because I don't think they care. Like,
I do it to those people who said that they want a relationship.
Right.
Shout out to Golden Clutch, you damn ass.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to die alone. I'm laying him a good girl. What the fuck is you doing?
That's the thing, man. There. That's what, as guys, like, if we see one of the homies or, like, somebody we cool with and they got a potential mate and we know they good, like, we looking at them like, this what you gonna do? Because I guarantee it's another group of niggas out there waiting. Man, they on deck.
Keep playing.
Right.
Fold your girl up like a pretzel.
But that's all it's going to be. It's going to be that one good conversation like, bro, you need to, hey. Yeah. And then, you know, we're not going to be like, girl, you know, it's been 2 years. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
I never had that kind of talk. I just get I can't wait so we can, and then.
Nah, man. If it's working.
That's exactly what Tony is speaking to. You trying to live a fantasy through somebody else.
Yeah, nah. Right. If it's working, keep doing what you've been doing.
Right.
That's what's most important.
So with that, we're going to head on over to the questions. Thank you guys again for listening, watching on YouTube, sending these emails in, because you got it finally.
Yeah.
Just joking, guys.
Yeah. I spaced out.
You did.
Yeah. Keep sending the emails, greatmatterpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. So our first one is from Sharice. Sharice says, "Hey TGMP, I love the show and watch it every week.
What up, though?
Recently started watching when you went live on YouTube. Keep up the good work."
Thank you very much, Sharice.
Woo! So here goes.
Oh, that wasn't it?
I've been in a relationship for 4 years with whom I know in my heart is the love of my life. We've had many ups and downs. What couple doesn't? Unfortunately, my best friend knows some gruesome details and it is not willing to let it go. I love him so much and we're planning our future together. How the hell do I have How the hell do I have her let it go? I believe in him that he has changed and is changing and truly wants the best out of life. I also know how it is to accept douchebags as men for women as we love for women we love as their BFs, as their boyfriends or husbands. Okay, got it. Now, you're probably wondering what's so bad about this man. First off, there's an age gap. I'm 30, he's 24. Imagine the growing pains. We have, LOL. We've came a long way. So him and I got into a physical altercation which led to a big breakup a few months back, but she won't let it go. Her and I are getting a place together, and she requested that he's not allowed in our apartment, which saddens me, but at the same time, I understand her qualms with it. I agreed to move in on her stipulations, even though we split everything. But I'm so bummed about it and can't find an angle or compromise so she'll give into. Any suggestions, Sharice? Can I go first? Well, yes. It's really quick.
No.
You're a dummy. Leave him alone.
Come on, man. Why?
Because he hit her.
You don't know what started that.
I don't care what started it. If either one of us got to that point where we're hitting each other, we don't need to be together. That's all. Go ahead.
I was same lines. Because I will keep in the book. The book is called Why Men Cheat: Pocket Guide to a Better Relationship, and that's what I will keep in the book. Like Jazz said it earlier. It's too many people out here, and for a guy. Because it's not just, anyway, you read the fucking book when it comes. It's, you don't need to stress yourself over.
Fall 2016.
Right. I was just about to say that.
Nah, I'm getting on that next week. Completing that next week. But
So fall 2016.
Go fuck yourself, guys. When you're dealing with something like that, you don't. It hurts me to hear that for people to get into a physical altercation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I've been in altercations. I don't like them. You know what I mean? Whether it's just, getting in faces. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like it. I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear it. If he's good, if you find him attractive, somebody else does. If he finds you attractive, somebody else does. You can start without having all that.
It's billions of people in the world.
Yeah, but
you can find another one.
Only 50 niggas in your neighborhood. So, I mean, when people say that, it's hard. But I'd rather you do that than get your wig split. Now, I do know of a couple that's been married for years, and I heard that she got her nose broken. This happened within the last year, and they're still married. Wow. And this ain't the first time. That ain't me. Because I couldn't imagine being in a situation like that.
Right. And you just don't know. I'm not going to pass. What's her name? Sharice. I'm not going to pass judgment on you, but I am going to elaborate on a few points. One, the age gap could be a big determinant of what's going on in your relationship.
Well, sexually is good.
I mean, I'm sure.
For him?
For her. And for both. Because
for both.
Women.
It's right.
Yeah, women.
But it could just be a maturity thing. This person that you're interacting with on this level, he is only 24. And they say age ain't nothing but a number, but
Experience is not a number.
And he might not be as experienced as you think he is.
And they've been together how long?
4 years. So since he was
so he's 20.
Right. 20. Yeah. So yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So secondly, this whole thing about you sharing a space with someone and they are determining what you can and can't do, even though you pay half of the rent.
That's a fucked up relationship too.
I don't understand that, but I do understand from a friend perspective why she is saying that. I get it, but you can't put stipulations on my money. It's monetary. We split it down the middle. You have a problem with this, then you should have never accepted those guidelines of you guys moving in together. That's number 2.
That was her decision.
Right. That's number 2. Number 3, read the writings on the wall. Like, you have to, a lot of times we get so caught up in what we think we want, but you don't know what you want until you know what you need. And a lot of times you don't know what you need before you know what you want. I know that kind of doesn't make any sense. It might not make any sense to the listeners, but just think about it. Like, you really don't know what you want until you know that you need it. And usually that's either something is coming or going. You know what I mean? Like you're losing a relationship or you're gaining a relationship. Because basically you're coming into yourself with experiences. With experience brings, you know, a broader aspect on things that are going on in your life. And right now you just have to stop, be still, and look around you. Look around you and look how this is affecting your day to day. It can be, and people, the biggest part of our interactions with people and just living life is knowing your routines. If your routines are off, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not eating well, if you're not talking to people that you usually talk to on a regular, or if you're not doing things that you usually do on a regular because of a relationship, hey, guess what? It could be that relationship.
It could be a moment in that relationship too.
It could be a moment that can be cancerous.
Yes.
So
I mean, I don't want to go off the deep end. Sure, they had a physical altercation.
Right. And
if you talk marriage, nowadays, I really do believe that you got to be able to withstand any and everything. I don't care if it's adultery. I don't care if it's with your brother. You got to be able to withstand everything because it's so easy to quit. Everything is not going to be perfect.
Right.
And if you think it is, good luck with that. You know, and maybe that's why we want you to get married because you got a perfect relationship if you think everything's perfect. Right. But when you talk about marriage and you're talking about that walking down the aisle and doing it under God, you really got to be about that word. Right. I'm not saying just because I've done it twice. I think like we were talking about the experience is like, okay, I now know what this means. It doesn't mean that we let it go so easily. Also, stop telling your fucking friends about your business. That's not good.
Well, I don't think the thing about the altercation happened, and I think the friend witnessed it.
I don't think so. I think she said because
she said she knows some
things.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's kind of like when you vent to your friends, it's tough, and that's one of the things.
Right, because once it's said, it's out.
Yeah, you can't take because your friend is now concerned.
Right, and she's biased,
and
as she should,
she should be. Right. But when you're talking, hey, potentially you're going to go back to this dude, your friend is not going to forget. She's emotionless. You know what I mean? Her emotions aren't attached to physical aspect of how he doesn't make her feel the way he makes you feel. Right. And if he doesn't make her feel the way, she's not going to see that. She's not going to be like, oh, I'm lonely.
She's going to be oblivious to it.
Right. Yeah. All she sees is this motherfucker put his hands on her. Or they've gotten into this altercation. We can't automatically assume that, you know what I mean, that it's just him. Right. But from her point of view, she's like, yo, you can't keep doing this. Because I'm not coming to the hospital.
What it all boils down to, Sheree, is
it's a bad relationship.
It's just we want you. We make a lot of jokes on this podcast and with our listeners, but at the end of the day, we want people to have the best in their lives. We don't want them to be in harm's way of anything, emotionally, physically, or mentally. So you know,
I got a question, Sharice, are you? If the relationship were to continue down this path, are you okay with it? And if you are, do what you feel that you need to do. Right. If you're not, then don't look for anyone else. You're the only person that can answer that question.
Exactly. We can talk about it till we blue in the face, but
because you have to decide on. Because when I found out that couple was going through what they were going through, and I was like, and this ain't the first time, the response was because I'm comfortable. I can't knock your life. That's your life. It's not going to be my life. I'll walk because you chew your gum too loud and I told you to stop. Right. I'm being joking here. But if I'm talking to you and I'm saying, hey,
I don't like this.
Yeah, you're hurting me.
Right.
This is bothering me. Right. I know I'm a man and I'm not crying. Right. But it's bothering me enough to I don't want to get to the point where I'm crying.
Keep doing it?
Yeah, you keep doing it, we're done. And the comments, oh, you leaving me at my hardest time. Obviously, it's not that hard since you're pushing me out the door. Right. So, you guys need to man up, woman up, and decide if your relationship. I heard the hardest thing today. They were saying, hey, you have to have couple goals, couples goal. You have to go in the direction that both of you want to go in. Right. If you don't, then you're going to be writing in. And we love the emails. Keep sending them in. We want to know. And write us back.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Because that's personal stuff, man.
Yeah, it is.
We laugh and we joke and, we dissect certain things, but I mean, we really appreciate you sharing with us because a lot of people may be going through the same thing that you're going through.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And we just trying to help the people. We the People's Podcast.
Yep.
Set it on fire.
Jazz really doesn't like that, and I understand her point.
The writing's on the wall. leave him. So we've come to our hour, so I'm gonna cut it short. Leave that last question for next week.
Was it juicy? Was it a juicy question?
Yes, it's a funny, good one.
Okay, good.
Next week, guys, we got you. Final thoughts? I already had a soliloquy. Any final thoughts for you?
I had one too.
Don't cut me off, cuz. Right.
So my final thoughts.
Please, go ahead, Jazz.
In the words of Kevin Gates, if the relationship is not ordained by God, no matter how much counseling or how many group sessions or how much you want it to work, it ain't gonna work. So leave it alone.
Well, all right.
And we're out. I'm Jazz.
I'm Tony Davis.
And I'm hashtag.
Long
show is late.
See you guys next week.
Come back.
Bye.
Holla.